alumni. Our very own alumnus, Michael Arteaga, who is a double graduate from Cal State San Bernardino, and my fellow colleague will be taking over to tell you what it means to be an alumni.
All right, thank you, Kevin. Just a quick breakdown. So you'll have my contact information. If you do have any questions, feel free to email me or call me. I know we're not in the office right now, but we still have access to our phones through a convenient Jabber. All right, so quick overview. We're really going to talk about multiple ways that you can get back to your community. When we talk about being involved with your alumni association, it's not just being involved with your campus, but it's really giving back to your community at large. I'm a big component of being involved, not only with the university, but outside the university as well. We generally ask to give your time, your treasure, and your talent. Don't have much treasure at this point in my career, so I'm definitely giving a lot of my time and my talent to our community and also our alumni anywhere I can. So some of the things we'll talk about today is our chapters, our boards, mentorship, and also like speaking opportunities. But before we get started, a volunteer has two meanings, right? We have it as a noun and we also have it as a verb, right? It's a person, right? Someone who's going out there and willingly give their time to do something, right? So this could be anything as coming to an event or helping out students. Another volunteer thing I do is donating blood, right? I'm not being forced or paid to do it. Occasionally I get some gift cards randomly. I got some sock last time I gave blood, so that was a cool thing. But also come to our events. We also give out cool swag as well. And then the verb, right? Offering to do something without expecting payment is kind of like the key word we want to take out of this portion of it, because it's your time at this point. Just to name some organizations that you could be involved in. Of course, the Alumni Association is one location, but we always like to see our alumni out in the community. If you do have alumni swag, be sure to wear it while you're volunteering so people know who you are. But there's Rotary, Kiwanis, Lions, your church groups, Ronald McDonald's House, assistant leagues, any community centers. I know right now it's a little bit harder to volunteer in person, but I know that a lot of these organizations are starting to find ways to allow you to volunteer as much as we can. And then kind of a quote I found on this, right? When we think about time, right? Time is free, but it's priceless. We can never really get it back. You really can't own it, but you can use it. You can't keep it, but you could spend it. And once you've lost it, you can never get it back. So there's a lot of ways that we can share our time, and there's a lot of different things that you can really be involved in. So you have to think about, what are you spending your time in? What's going to be important to you? What's going to make an impact? So your time is valuable. These are some stats I picked up. When we think of a volunteer hour, the value that is given is $25, right? So that's how much your time is worth to us. Last year, or the last time we were able to really have volunteers, we actually racked up almost 3,000 hours, which equated to $71,000 of time that our alumni gave back to the university and our projects. So again, we talk about that time, talent, and treasure. So some of you might be able to give all three items, but not all at once. It just depends on what stage you are in your life. Like I said, for me right now, it's definitely time and talent for me. I really don't have a whole lot of disposable income to throw out there, but I'm definitely supporting any way I can with my time, which these days seems to be less and less. All right, last time we did have our Coyote Cares Day, which is an event that we are super excited to get back to, hopefully in the near future. Definitely can't get together in large groups anymore, but we did pack over 1,700 boxes of food for our local community. I did want to mention that this year, instead of getting together, we're doing a virtual 5K that kind of goes in the same lines of feeding our community. We're supporting Feeding America, which is an organization that provides food for different locations that are going to give out food. So they're like a main warehouse, and then they give out to the smaller community warehouses. So part of a way you can get involved with that is through the 5K and through Miles to Charity Miles. Every mile you do, money does get donated to Feeding America. So if you're so inclined and want to participate, that's going on this week, along with our Grad Days festivities. If you're a student, you can sign up under the Cal State one, and if you're an alumni, we do have an alumni team as well. Again, talking about some of the pre-COVID stuff and stuff we really want to get involved in. Again, stuffing diploma covers, handing out paw print pins. We really want to get back into our in-person events. So hopefully we can do that next June and really be able to celebrate all your accomplishments at graduation. So hopefully you're able to participate in the in-person graduation next year, as well as a virtual one. Some other things that our alumni have accomplished. Last year, we were able to speak to over 120 classes, and we put on over 15 workshops. This was all pre-COVID. Post-COVID, we're actually upping our workshops. Last spring, we actually put on 15 virtual workshops, and we're at over 30 workshops total, counting last spring through up to date. So if you do want to check out some of our workshops, they are done completely by our volunteers. So you can go to our website at alumni.csusb.edu/workshops and see a full listing of all our workshops that we have had in the past. We do record most of them that we're allowed to. Some of our alumni we aren't able to record because some of their presentations are proprietary information from their company, but they're able to share it live. So feel free to check out our website to see some of those. If you're interested in putting on a workshop, or if there's a topic you'd like to see us put on, please let us know, and we'll kind of outreach and try to find one of our alumni who might be willing to do that workshop for us. All right, if you were with us yesterday, we did have our chapters come out to talk to us, and we had a nice little panel yesterday afternoon. But if you didn't get an opportunity, we did establish 5 chapters so far. We are looking to open more in the near future. As we start to develop our chapters, we will start to open more and more. We're hoping that if you have an interest in a certain chapter, or if there's a chapter we don't have and you're interested in helping us start one up, please get in contact with me and we can see how we can make that happen. We can definitely start it as a network and then evolve it into a chapter at a later date. So we do have the faculty staff chapter, which is primarily our staff faculty on campus. We have about 50% of our staff and faculty are alumni on campus. So we do have a chapter that's on campus that's supporting that community. They have a fund that they're trying to raise money for to help professional development for our staff. The rest of our chapters are set up to be either based on your ethnicity or part of a program that you're a part of, or a community that you might be part of. So our EOP chapter, for those alumni who were part of the EOP program in the past and have now are alumni, would like to give back. They typically host a golf tournament every year. They did have to postpone it this year. They're really excited to get back into those events. Other events they talked about yesterday was they hosted like 66ers nights. They do mixers at different restaurants. They give a portion back to their book fund. Their big scholarship is their book award. So they're able to raise funds and give money to students so they can purchase books. As you all know, books are not cheap. So getting a little help and support is definitely welcome there. Along those same lines, the undocumented alumni chapter, they are also looking to do a book and parking fund for students to help support them. They're one of our newer chapters. They started about 1.5 years ago, so they're kind of hitting the ground running. They held a coat drive last year for students on campus, very successful. Any excess coats they actually donated to a local community called Border Angels. Very active in their community with all the politics going on, they're actively outreaching to our local representatives to make sure that the undocumented community is heard. Our Latino chapter is been around for about 10 years. So they're really established to the point where they're starting to do large scale events. One of their events is their I Graduated Now What that they host every June. So they're able to host workshops. So this year was the first time they had to go virtual, but they actually had a larger attendance because of it, because they're actually able to have a wider reach. They hosted a 4-hour workshop with different panels. They had anywhere from resume building to how to interview, how to network. And then they talked a little bit about their mentorship program. They're really looking to mentor students to help them get to the next level. The final chapter, our Pan-African Alumni chapter, they were established about 1.5 years ago, right around the time the undocumented chapter was established. They're really pushing to increase the amount of Pan-African and African-American students on the campus. So they're attending events like our Snapshot event, which invites high school students to come out to the campus and learn about all the resources and support that the campus is offering our African-American students. So that's our chapters in a nutshell. If you do have more questions about the chapters, interested in joining a chapter, interested about their events, please visit our website under the chapters tab. They each have their own section with detailed information, who's their board members, as well as links to other social media websites. So if you want to follow them and connect with each of our chapters, really great group, opportunity to network and meet with individuals. So do want to talk about volunteers equal larger impact. We couldn't do everything that we do in our alumni office if it wasn't for our students or alumni who come out and volunteer. We are a small team in the alumni office, so every volunteer that comes out to help us make the events better, help make a better experience for our students and for our alumni, whether it's coming out and packing diploma frames, coming out to homecoming event, which we were very sad we couldn't do in person this year. We did have virtual homecoming last week, but definitely missing the 2,000 people out with the beer garden and our volleyball team playing. Sad we didn't get to watch the volleyball team since they were champions last year. So a couple other things I want to talk about is evaluating your time. And what does that mean? What can you get involved in if you only have once a quarter, once a year, once a month, or maybe just kind of as things come up? So I want to definitely go through some of those opportunities. So if once a year seems like more something you can give or something you can commit to, Commencement, Cuddy Cares Day, Professor for a Day. Right now, the two events that you can really be part of is Professor for a Day after you graduate, and Cuddy Cares Day being part of our virtual 5K. But in the future, we definitely encourage you to be part of Commencement, come out and celebrate the next generation of alumni. Also, with Coyote Cares Day, hopefully we're back to food packing and really helping the community that way. And then Professor for a Day is a really enriching experience, not only for the students, but also for the alumni, getting back into the classroom and kind of sharing your experience, even part of your experience of how did you make it through college. Go talk to a freshman class and tell them about your experiences. Might be a good way to connect to our students. If you have a little bit more time, once a quarter, we do our packing parties. Our Alumni Association boards hold elections each year. So that is a body that represents all our alumni that advises our office on different programs or which direction the alumni office should start moving in. So if you're interested in being on that board, those applications do come up every May. So it's definitely an opportunity to get involved. Grad days like you're at today is typically in person, so we always need help with like check-in and welcoming the students and helping celebrate the day. If you feel like you really have some time on your hands and you want to get involved once a month, definitely get involved with our chapter boards or even our committees or mentorship opportunity. Our chapter boards, each of them are looking for individuals to join up and help guide their mission, but also come up with new and fresh ideas. Every time you get a new board member, it's always nice to see what kind of ideas pop up. The other opportunity is committees. So our board of directors does have ad hoc committees as well as standing committees. So if you're interested in events, we do have an events committee and marketing committee that helps us plan out what events we're going to do in the future, how to market them, and what's going to be the best for our alumni base. It's always nice to have a wide range of graduates in there, whether you're a recent grad or you graduated 30 years ago. We want to make sure that we're doing programming for everyone. And then, of course, mentorship. We do have the Coyote Network, which is an opportunity for you to mentor a student, but then also be mentored. So whether you're alumni now or you're soon to be alumni, definitely encourage you to join the Coyote Network, which gives you the opportunity to connect with other alumni, because there can be that alumni to alumni mentorship. I still connect with my alumni mentors, even a couple of years after graduating. They're still those individuals I reach out to for career advice, life advice, and everything in between. So again, there's the as needed. That's definitely, like I said, the Coyote Network is something that can be as needed. You can put your availability on there as well. So that's a way that you can connect with certain students, the committees, those ad hoc committees that pop up. Definitely get your name on those lists, and then whenever we ask for speakers. So the best way to get connected with these opportunities is to definitely fill out the alumni update form. And on that form, you're able to kind of check off what opportunities you're looking for. How do you get engaged? How do you get involved? How can you reconnect with each of the different opportunities that we have, whether it's the chapters, whether it's the alumni board. Anytime we have something come up, we go back to those lists, we download them, and we send out emails requesting help. If you're available, definitely sign up. If that opportunity isn't for you, or you just don't have the time, definitely understand that. You can always reconnect at a later time. We're always sending out different opportunities for you to re-engage. And of course, visit our website. You can sign up for any of our programs, alumni.csusb.edu, where there's a full listing of everything that we do. Definitely keep an eye on our events page. That's where we're posting any of our mixers, our hangouts. Our workshop page is definitely a place you want to check out if you want to look at some of the opportunities to learn something new professionally or personally. And with that, I will take some questions if there are any out there.
Mike, can you again highlight some of the opportunities that can still be done during COVID or during social distancing?
Yeah, so one of the